Hello, and welcome to How to Accelerate Cloud Automation and Conversational Bot Development for Developers. My name is Steven Siciliano, General Manager for Microsoft Power Automate. Myself and a few of my colleagues are excited to share how Fusion teams of developers and subject matter experts can collaborate, deploy, and scale using the powerful capabilities of Azure. We're thrilled to see the growing impact of Power Automate and Power Virtual Agents in enabling makers and end users around the world. Today, we have seen over 150% growth in the number of Power Automate actions and more than 360% growth in the number of Power Virtual Agent sessions. The remarkable speed that developers can build bots with Power Virtual Agents has enabled numerous solutions throughout the pandemic, from working from home to tracking vaccinations to returning to work, often under extreme time pressure. We're excited to see makers building innovative solutions to help transform their organizations. And it's getting even easier with our pre-built connector library that now includes more than 650 connectors. Now we're looking forward to seeing these numbers grow even more with our latest investments in the automation and conversational bot space. With that said, we have two topics today, both of which are centered around how professional developers will be able to build more efficiently so they can refocus their efforts on key value-adding activities. First, we'll talk about the evolution of Power Virtual Agents, which is natively integrating Azure Bot Framework Composer capabilities within its intuitive authoring canvas to create a unified bot building studio for developers and subject matter experts alike. Then we'll look at how we're taking automation to the next level with the support of Azure Virtual Machines and more. A key benefit of both is the improved ability for builders to work together as a Fusion team. As a quick reminder, Fusion teams are made up of makers that have a diverse set of skills and disciplines. This can include citizen developers that drive organic adoption so they can streamline their day-to-day work, professional developers that use advanced functionalities to scale their impact and unblock complex requirements, and IT to monitor and manage overall governance across the ecosystem. With a Gartner study showing at least 84% of organizations have Fusion teams, we think it's important that the tools and platforms available to makers are geared towards streamlined collaboration. I'm now going to hand it over to Omar Aftab, who runs Microsoft's conversational AI product, to talk about Power Virtual Agents. Over to you, Omar.
Thank you, Stephen. As Stephen calls out, digital projects such as bots are increasingly being built by Fusion teams. Our own experience shows that the future of bot building is about empowering such teams, from subject matter experts maintaining content and designing dialogue to professional developers building and connecting APIs, all working together in the same tool. As a first step in this direction, last year we enabled bot builders to use Azure Bot Framework Composer and Power Virtual Agents together to build bots. Both products are optimized for different audiences and have a complementary set of strengths. Bot Framework Composer allows professional developers to write custom adaptive dialogue code, manipulate data, use eventing, and embed conversational cards. Power Virtual Agents allows subject matter experts to easily create a bot, visually create dialogue for it, publish it to a channel, get analytics and insights, and manage it all end-to-end, all from within a multi-tenant SaaS experience. Bot builders have used the existing integration between PVA and Bot Framework to create advanced conversational experiences, and has proven very popular. However, the seams between these two separate products remain a source of friction today. So that's why I'm so excited to announce that we're bringing these complementary strengths together into one single unified bot building studio. This new bot building approach combines the advanced functionality of Bot Framework with the ease of use and end-to-end bot building experiences of Power Virtual Agents. Now, professional developers and subject matter experts can easily collaborate within the same studio to build powerful conversational bots and IVRs. The technology preview for this new evolution of Power Virtual Agents is available for sign-up today, with public preview and GA coming later in the year. There are three primary areas of focus for this evolution. First, as we've already touched on, we're investing in authoring experiences that empower Fusion teams, with collaborative experiences ranging from multi-authoring and commenting to developer-focused capabilities such as adaptive dialogues and data manipulation, to low-code experiences such as rich multimedia responses. Secondly, we're adding the ability to publish bots directly to a telephone number, and allowing builders to use them as conversational IVRs in their contact centers. And finally, we're continuing to invest in enhanced enterprise security and governance, which is already a key strength of the Power Platform. And all of this, of course, continues to be available through a geo-distributed multi-tenant SaaS. Just sign up, collaborate together to build a bot, publish it to a telephone number or channel, and go. There's no infrastructure to manage or hosting to figure out. One common need we see with bot builders is the ability to create interactive conversational elements, adaptive cards, and embed them into their dialogues. This was a common reason why PVA bots had to be extended with bot framework code. Now, you can create, preview, and test rich adaptive cards directly within the Power Virtual Agents canvas. In addition, you'll be able to easily add images or videos, create different types of conversational cards, and include quick replies or suggested actions. This allows builders to easily create a host of different scenarios like order confirmations, flight details, and onboarding. We've also made it easier to store, transform, reuse, and work with data, a common need for professional developers. Using the integrated Power Effects editor, builders can now create complex logic using the same Excel-like formulas found within the Power Platform. Through its integration with Power Automate, PVA already comes with hundreds of connectors to common backend systems. And with this addition, developers can connect to a custom API, get back a response, parse it, and easily transform the information for use within the conversation. We've even expanded the number of supported data types and added the ability to create complex conversational flows. Another enhancement is event-driven and contextual trigger, which enables builders to have more control over how bots react to different situations, such as sending a message when a package arrives, a task completes, or a slot opens up. All of these enhancements make bot building easier for low-code users and professional developers alike. And on top of all of that, we're allowing code and low-code experiences to live side by side. And that's how we're empowering Fusion teams. Our second area of focus is voice and speech. I am excited to announce that you can now create your bot, acquire a telephone number, publish the bot behind it, and have your users talking to it over a phone. And you can do all of this with just a few clicks from inside Power Virtual Agents. Building powerful IVRs for your contact center has never been simpler. You can even author omni-channel responses tailored to both text and voice to meet customers where they are. And as we look towards GA, we're going to offer even richer support for telephony interactions, such as multi-digit GTMF support, silence detection, spoken alphanumeric strings, and much more. We'll also allow you to easily connect your new bot to your existing IVR with contextual transfers via SIP. So you can easily create a new conversational IVR in Power Virtual Agents and then just have it hand over to your existing one. Now, let's see what all of this looks like in action. Over to you, Gary.
Thanks, Omar. Hi, I'm Gary Pretty, Principal Product Manager for Power Virtual Agents. I'm really excited to demonstrate our new unified authoring canvas by focusing on a scenario that we're working through with one of our customers, Holiday Inn Club Vacations. They're constantly looking for new ways to improve the guest experience, such as the introduction of virtual queues to save time during check-in. Now, the team is exploring the idea of providing guests with a virtual concierge, accessible any time of the day across a number of channels, ensuring guests can engage in a way that makes sense for them. For example, a customer might chat using the app to plan activities, call from the phone in their hotel room to request housekeeping, or even from their cell phone to extend their stay because their plans changed whilst they were out exploring on their vacation. Right now, I'm in the greeting topic for the bot. And the first thing I'd like to do is to improve the welcome message. It's currently a simple text message, but I can enhance this using the new rich responses capability by adding an image. I paste the URL to the image I want to add, and I immediately see a preview of how it will appear to users. I can also add quick replies, which act as suggestions for users as to what they might say to the bot, which is especially useful on a greeting to give a hint as to the bot's capabilities. Now that I've enhanced the greeting for users interacting over text, I'd also like to make sure that this is a great experience when they call on the telephone. I can do this by switching to the new Speech tab and adding one or more responses to be used over voice-enabled channels. I can even include SSML, or Speech Synthesis Markup Language, to finally control how my response is spoken. The new rich responses and speech authoring capabilities are great examples of where we've made it easier for any member of the Fusion team to build great bots. But often, different disciplines will need to collaborate to complete certain tasks, depending on their skill set. For example, one of the non-technical business managers within the company has started to build a topic that will allow guests to extend their stay. But they've asked for help from a professional developer, the role I'm playing here. The topic is almost working end to end. They've added a call to Power Automate to get the reservation details, a question node to ask the user for their new checkout date, and another call to Power Automate to get the total cost for the extended stay. I can see they've left a comment here though, asking for help to calculate the number of days between the current and new checkout dates. And as a developer on the team, I can step in to assist. To do this, I can use the new set variable value node. I first need to choose the variable to which I'll assign a value. I can choose an existing variable or create a new one, which is what I'll do here. I can rename my new variable to something more meaningful on the updated variables pane, where I can also manage the variable scope, which now includes the ability to have a variable's value retained across sessions. I'm now ready to assign a value to my new variable, which I can do using PowerFX and the new integrated formula editor. I have access to all of the functions of PowerFX with IntelliSense and validation built in. Here, I'm using the dateDiff function to calculate the number of days between the two dates. This same editor can be used in other places on the canvas too, such as for writing custom condition logic. I can now replace the placeholder value on the Power Automate node with the new duration variable. The second comment from the business manager is suggesting that it might be good to use an adaptive card to present a summary of the user's request, instead of the plain text message that's being used at the moment. To do this, I can clear out the current message and add an adaptive card to the response. I've already designed an appropriate card on the Adaptive Cards website, and I can paste the JSON from the designer straight into the canvas. But I do need to dynamically populate my card using variables. To do this, I can choose to edit my card using the PowerFX formula editor, and my JSON is automatically converted into a PowerFX record. In the interest of time, I'll paste in a version of the record that is already updated. And you can see here that I'm referencing several topic variables, and I'm even formatting the data using built-in PowerFX functions. To ensure this also works well when guests have called the bot over a telephone, I'll add a speech response, just as I did with the greeting message, to be used for the confirmation on voice-based channels where the adaptive card can't be seen, adding references to the same duration and total variables we used in the card. Now I'm ready to save my topic and test it to ensure the updates I've made are working correctly. Opening the test canvas, we can see the updated version of the welcome message, including the image and the 2 quick replies that I added earlier. And I can click one of those quick replies to trigger the topic. I'll enter my desired checkout date, and now we've correctly presented with the dynamically populated adaptive card, containing my PowerFX formatted variable values. Now, I need to test if my bot works well over the telephone by connecting a phone number to it, and this is incredibly quick and easy to do. I just head over to the channels page and select the new telephony channel, where I can connect an existing phone number. Selecting my Azure subscription and my Azure Communication Services resource, I'm then able to see a list of phone numbers that are available to connect to my bot. I select a number and click connect, and that's it. The phone number is now connected and my bot is ready to answer phone calls. Great. So now let's try calling the bot to hear the experience over voice.
Thanks for calling Virtual Concierge. In just a few words, tell me how I can help you today.
I'd like to extend my stay.
Great. I can help you extend your reservation. When do you want to check out?
Next Monday.
The total cost to extend your stay by 4 days is $550. Would you like to proceed?
Fantastic. So, you could hear the speech-specific responses that we authored earlier to be used over voice, such as the tailored greeting message, and the incredibly natural sounding voice thanks to the neural voice font that we've used, which we can configure via a new speech settings page. I'd like to show you one more way that we're making it even easier for authors, especially pro developers, to build bots. You can now view and edit the code behind your topics, side by side with the visual editor. Making a simple change in your code, such as adding a condition branch, is immediately reflected in the visual canvas. In fact, complex logic or entire topics can now easily be shared between bots. With improvements like this, the evolution of Power Virtual Agent is making it the bot building platform for low-code users and pro developers alike. Back to you, Omar.
Thank you, Gary. It's great to see how easy it is to build and deploy complex conversational scenarios across the board. There's no infrastructure to manage, no services to stand up. Everything you just saw was created and deployed in our easy-to-use multi-tenant SaaS. Sign up, work together with your subject matter experts and developers to build your bot or IVR, connect it to your backend systems, publish it to Teams, Facebook, a telephone number, the channel of your choice, and get built-in analytics and insights on what to build next. All from the same pane of glass. And with that SaaS come all the powerful governance, management, and compliance capabilities of the Power Platform. PVA is available in government clouds, and it's FedRAMP certified. It's HEPA and HITRUST certified for healthcare scenarios. It's PCI compliant to handle payment scenarios. It's available across geos, has configurable data loss prevention policies, and gives admins complete control over their data. So to summarize then, PVA is a complete end-to-end solution for all your bot and IVR building needs. And with this evolution and the deep and continuing integration of Azure Bot Framework and Microsoft Cognitive Services, it's also the single unified conversational AI studio from Microsoft for subject matter experts and developers alike. I'm going to hand you off to Stephen now to talk about automation through conversation and the new announcements for Power Automate. Thank you.
Thanks, Omar. As you've seen, Power Virtual Agents helps to transform your business both internally and externally. Conversational chatbots open incredible opportunities to streamline efficiently, adding a human-like element to the work you do every day. And Power Automate makes this possible by being the connective tissue that bridges the gap between what your conversational chatbots can access and respond to. Using Cloudflow's Power Automate's digital process automation capability, you can connect to hundreds of cloud apps, services, and data with pre-built or custom API connectors, including the ones you use every day. And the best part, it's already included in Power Virtual Agents licensing. Let's look at a few of the ways you can leverage Power Automate. I'm going to pass it to my colleague Lon Lee to demonstrate.
Thank you, Stephen. Hi, everyone. My name is Lan Li. I'm a Principal Program Manager for Power Automate. So organizations around the world have benefited from using Power Automate and Power Virtual Agent together, enabling automation within conversational bots. And one of these organizations includes T-Mobile. As one of the largest wireless carriers in the United States, T-Mobile always seeks to improve its business process and gain greater insight into operations. With Power Platform, employees from all different backgrounds, from computer science experts to coding novices, now can develop a solution by themselves. In this example, T-Mobile had a manual process for providing user access to in-flight initiatives. It was a long and frustrating multi-step process for the user. It caused long delays in issue resolution as multiple people needing to be involved. T-Mobile rebuilt the whole process using Power Automate and the Power Virtual Agents, enable powerful automations through a conversational experience. Let's take a look. So starting from the Power Virtual Agent canvas, I begin by sharing my problem with the bot. It first makes sure I'm using the correct link for access. However, the issue was not fixed at the first stage. The bot then asks the user to provide their email, and then it triggers a Cloudflow in the background using Power Automate, which automatically adds the user email to the right access group. Now the user will have access in just a minute and will be able to start using the in-flight app. T-Mobile saw some fantastic results with part of this solution. Their users now are empowered to self-service using this 24/7 support channel. This improved deflection, customer satisfaction, as well as the employee productivity and the time to resolution. Okay, back to you, Stephen.
Thanks, Lan. Wow, what an incredible story about T-Mobile and how they're using the power of automation through conversation. And automation doesn't need to stop there. Power Automate offers even more capabilities and solutions to help you streamline processes across your entire organization. Regardless of your industry, title, or department, you can extend automation within your circle. Developers across the world are leveraging the power of automation through conversation. It's a single platform for everyone. Whether it's conversational bots, app experiences, or automation requirements, the Power Platform is here to help you build intelligent solutions end-to-end. We've built all of these components so developers can choose the right tool for the job. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. We provide cloud-first automation, offering speed so developers can get to value quickly by automating away mundane and repetitive tasks to ultimately save time and money. Power Automate is built for enterprise scale. It's natively integrated with the Microsoft products you know and love, integrates with over 650 third-party applications. Developers can even create custom and on-premises connectors to fit automation into their unique scenario. Now I wanted to cover a few highlights from the past year. We've been focusing on bringing together the best of Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, and Power Apps. For example, we've now made it possible for developers to create flows that trigger on demand from messages inside of Microsoft Teams. Want to create a follow-up task from a chat? No problem, it's one click away. Next, we've heard from developers how important it is to have a mature development lifecycle, from dev to test to production. We've added numerous capabilities here, such as environment variables, which allow you to factor out environment-specific settings from your automation, and connection references, which do the same thing for what systems you connect to. We even support storing these variables in Azure Key Vault for full security. Speaking of security, we've continued to focus on enterprise governance because trust in the Power Platform is essential for any organization that wants to leverage its capabilities. For example, there are new DLP policies for managing what users can do with their desktop flows. We've also focused on pro-dev extensibility. For example, developers can now bring their own C# code into custom connectors. This is the easiest way to build and distribute custom logic in your solutions. Finally, Power Automate is now shipping as a part of Windows 11, which means that anybody that has Windows 11 can now get started at no additional cost with Power Automate for desktop. But that's not all. Now let's talk about how we're taking automation to the next level with a few exciting announcements. The first is unattended RPA with Azure Virtual Machines. This will enable developers to focus on just building the automation, and we'll handle the rest. Second, we have new integrations with other Power Platform features like Process Advisor and Power Apps. Third, you can now embed Power Automate inside of your own applications, bringing the full power of workflows to any service. Let's start by looking a little more at the hosted virtual machines capability. This is an auto-scaled solution that will let you run your unattended bots in the Azure cloud. But what's different about the way this has been in the past? This seamlessly will set up and orchestrate every aspect of these bots. You don't need to stand up an Azure subscription. We'll handle every aspect of machine management for you. And what's best is we know when these bots need to run, which means that whenever new work comes in, we can automatically scale up those VMs. And when the bot is done, we can automatically scale it back down. This will save you a ton of money because by auto-scaling, we focus on doing the work only when it's needed. And it also saves you time because you don't need to set up every new scenario for every solution that's going to be built. I'd recommend checking out the dedicated session on this topic. Next, I want to share a new Process Advisor integration in Power Automate, which is our process and task mining capability. Developers building complex flows need to be able to understand performance and reliability across hundreds or even thousands of runs. For example, what part of the flows are taking the most time? What parts are failing? Are there branches of logic that are unused and you can safely get rid of? You can now answer these questions with Process Advisor, no matter how many times your flow is run. Now in public preview, in just a couple of minutes, you can get insights about the history of your cloud flows and then discover opportunities to optimize. We know a lot of developers build apps and flows together. So we've added new capabilities as a part of the Power Apps Canvas Studio. You can now get started building automation right inside of the studio. If you don't want to have to go out to the Power Automate website, you can just click Create a New Flow from inside your app. This makes it easy to build the automation that your application uniquely needs. We are excited to announce the ability to embed Power Automate inside of your web or native application or service. What does this mean? Embedding means you can take any aspect of the Power Automate service or experiences and build them directly into your app. You can have a button in your app that triggers a desktop flow on the user's PC. Or you could provide built-in templates for your users to automate tasks on your website. Long story short, if Power Automate can do it, your app can now do it too. Nearly every aspect of Power Automate is embeddable. And in fact, this public SDK is the exact same way that Microsoft Teams includes workflow capabilities in the Teams client. The Technical Embed SDK is available today and supports standard web technologies. But there's one more component, a new way to pay for Power Automate. The users of your service may not have Power Automate licenses, but that doesn't mean to be a blocker anymore. Soon, you'll be able to pay for usage on behalf of your customers with a new pay-as-you-go model. We plan to make the pay-as-you-go meter available in July, with more details to be disclosed at the Microsoft Inspire conference. If you'd like to be considered for early access, please register at ak.ms/embedautomate. Our launch partner is Adobe, who is using the Technical Embed SDK to embed Power Automate into Adobe Acrobat Sign for advanced document signature and processing workflows. You can see here how Adobe embedded Power Automate as the advanced workflow capability of Adobe Sign, meaning any Adobe Sign user can automate anything around signatures without ever having to leave the Adobe experience. Let's briefly recap. We've launched the technology preview of the evolution of Power Virtual Agents, bringing pro code and low code together into a new authoring canvas designed for Fusion development. Create intelligent conversational bots with rich responsive, comprehensive variable management, telephony bots, and additional compliance and security features. For Power Automate, we have the new capabilities that allow you to automatically scale VMs in the cloud running your unattended bots, new integrations with Process Advisor and Power Apps, and new embed capabilities that will make it possible for you to include Power Automate directly in your application. Finally, we want developers to feel empowered to accelerate building with these recent announcements, whether it's amplifying your skills through reusable components, helping scale your contributions, create custom logic with PowerFX, liberate data through Power Automate's pre-built and custom APIs, or enhance the rich user experience with rich responses. Thank you for taking the time. We are looking forward to the success of you and your Fusion teams.